So I've been saying for a long time I'm going to write a book about Perseus and our adventures together and sort of about her. And I've always kind of made up like kids' books in my mind. And when I was first with my ex's daughter, I would constantly tell her stories all the time and make up stories. And one book I always talked about doing was about Perseus looking like so many different creatures because, again, Boston Terriers really look like so many different creatures. They have like very distinct characteristics that are just absolutely wild. So I'm going to try to do out some sketches today, like rough draft sketches, I think, and then eventually try to do a book about Perseus. And this is her when she's 6 weeks old. Unfortunately, my phone seems to be losing quite a few pictures, and some of them included were of her when she was a baby. That's Mr. Felix. He's the kitten that I had since he was born, that died when I was in jail for a driving offense. Not drugs, not alcohol, driving without a license. This is her digging in mud. That's her making friends with my parents' old dog before she got hit by a car. Her in a bee costume. Her meeting a horse. She had met them before and not been as patient. Her sleeping with a little bunny. That's us from Myrtle Beach visiting my aunt before we drove up to Maine to be with her daughter, my cousin. That's the day she got hit by a car. This is after she got hit by a car. It was horrifying. I was working at Coyote Ugly, and it was the busiest night, and I was on the busiest bar, and I got the call that she got hit, and I went to see her after work. She was at the emergency vet, and I had no idea what to expect. They made me stay away until she was ready to be picked up because she cried so much, I guess, after I left. That's us in North Carolina at the White Mountains. We were going pretty regularly because I was going to go to herbal medicine school there. It's beautiful. This is us back in Camden, Maine, summer of 2014 when I moved back on a whim. That's us camping because that was the only plan that I had for that summer was to camp on the mountain. Unfortunately, we moved home. That is the first dog that she ever played with. My coworker's boyfriend at the time's dog. Her as a baby, I didn't have a smartphone yet. I just had a flip phone, and I actually didn't really know how to take pictures on it until someone told me. Her when she's a baby. This is after we went hiking the backside of McGonagall Mountain, and she fell asleep on the backpack that I used to carry up the mountain. That's me holding her, and she's just a baby. That was one of her favorite toys that she had. It's like she loved that thing. This is at a music festival back when I was a smoker. We know that's bad for you kids. Don't smoke. That's her as a baby. My friend's son's birthday party. That's when she just a baby. Same picture, just later on. And then these are all just her meeting fish. She was like a cat around them. And I always joke she looks like a bat. Us on adventures. We were always on adventures, always on the mountain. Regularly. Oh, my closet. And my great shoes. I gave away 42 pairs of shoes in the yellow bins before I left. And I thought, you know, because I had good budgeting skills, and I was like, if I need new shoes, I can afford to buy them, and I wanted to give them to someone for free that would appreciate my tiny size 6 or 6.5 high heels. Like, anyway, at the top of one of our favorite mountains, being a goober, being cute. Moose Point State Park before it was crazy busy. She was always loving to drive in the car with me. Another mountaintop, one of our favorites, Bald Mountain. That's McGonagall Mountain. Or Maiden's Cliff, rather. Sorry. Looking like a bat. One of her favorite balls. West of the beach. She was scheduled to get fixed, and she went into her first heat, so she had diapers for a weekend. She loved monkeys. She was always picking out monkeys at the store. And she loved to make you laugh, so when she found out that made me laugh, she did it all the time. Moose Point State Park before it was busy. Her face is hilarious here. Jumping super, super high. She's a wild dog. Us on the way to the lake that was close. We used to walk there regularly, and she liked to rest in this pine tree. So cute. Oh, nothing. Anyway. So yeah, sketch number 1, and maybe I'll have a book. I did an animal communication class, and a fellow belly dancer in the area also told me that she wanted me to write books about her, and that was in 2017. So maybe I will have a book about Persaeus. I always thought when I worked at the daycare I could try it out on the daycare kids and see if they liked it. I told the owner and my boss that I was going to do that, but it was just too hard to manage my injury and everything else. So now I'm going to focus on it, and maybe it will become a reality.